Believe you can make it. Believe you can make it. Greetings to a journey of unyielding faith and unbreakable resolve, champions. We have a message for you today that speaks to the very core of every dreamer, visionary, and brave person who dares to pursue their goals. You can do it, believe it. You will be put to the ultimate test in this world. It will bring you to the ground and stomp dirt in your face. And during these times, one straightforward question will be posed to you by the universe. How much is your true desire for it? To what extent? All of your possessions, including your friends and loved ones, will be lost. And in that case, how much more do you want it to persist in getting back up and going forward? You can find a way to prevail if you can figure out why you are doing this and persevere through all the suffering. It's imperative that you maintain your conviction, the reason for your actions. What is it that makes it worth it to you to keep standing up in the face of all these setbacks? If you can keep your belief alive, you can make it. It's that belief that will motivate you to keep going. You will discover a route if you have faith in its existence. You will create one if you are unable to locate one, because a person who has a belief in themselves and what they're doing and knows without a shred of doubt that they deserve what they're fighting for, they are not going to give up. They will continue to stand and participate in the fight regardless of how difficult things become, how many rejections they face, or how many people oppose them. There will be a lot of times when you question your abilities and feel like you can't continue. But I want you to remember these rough times haven't come to stay. They are here to stay. Bad. One of the most worthwhile experiences of your life may be achieving your goals. You have to view every challenge as a gift, a chance for development and education. True greatness is formed amid chaos, in the moments when everything seems to be going against you. Champions are defined by these kinds of moments. The strongest versions of ourselves are formed in these crucibles. I want you to have the bravery to act on the inner visions you see in the outside world. That life you desire to live, that dream of yours. No matter how bad things get around you, you have to cling so hard to that notion that you never let it go. You maintain it in your mind's eye, sight, and attention. Success doesn't come easily. You will be brought to your lowest point, yet the challenge itself is what sets you up for success and pushes you forward. That's why, when all hope seemed lost, the suffering never ends. Being a warrior gives you the strength to persevere even in the face of unexpected events. Pain doesn't make you flee. You accept it. Although suffering is a part of life, you can choose to endure it by pushing through it. Tough times never last, but tough people do, and you have to decide that you're gonna be tough. How do you hang in there during the hard, difficult times? You must have. When you have faith, you've got to believe in yourself. You have to have confidence in your skills. You have to firmly believe in your goals, aspirations, and concepts. When you have faith, you have patience because you know that things will get better eventually, as long as you keep pushing forward and keeping plugging away. The foundation of your achievement is made up of these lessons. Every setback and every rejection is a step. Take a step toward your objective. They're more than just roadblocks. They serve as springboards. They represent a rung on the ladder leading to greater heights. You're going to have that voice in your head telling you that you're not good enough when those awful things happen to you. Refrain from letting that voice rule you. Take on that negative aspect of yourself, silence it, block it out, and ignore any other voice that says you are not capable of succeeding. Pay attention to the voice within you that affirms, it's possible, it is conceivable, I'm capable of this, I am confident that I am capable. I am aware that this is not where I will stay for the rest of my life. I still have so much to offer. I can make all the changes I want to. And since I deserve it, I won't give up until I receive what I want. I'm worthy of a better life. And you can't kinda want that thing. You gotta want it with every bit of your heart, every bit of your being. You gotta be willing to pour every bit of your energy. It will push you harder than anything else you have ever experienced to put in the work and focus necessary to make it happen. Declare for yourself that you will fight the battle of averageness. Your thinking, and thus your lie, are completely under your control. It involves making deliberate, focused attempts to change your life and giving your all to achieving your objective. When you are devoted, you care about something regardless of the facts or the odds. They just consider what is possible for you and your dream. And you have to enter this with the understanding that the path will not be easy. There's going to be sharp ridges you got to climb over. There's going to be betrayals and devastation constantly on the way. However, if you truly desire it, as you claim to have, you will go to any lengths to overcome it. And in the event that you overcome all of the suffering, difficulties, tears, and sleepless nights, you won't regret it at all. Nothing can stop you in life, no matter what happens to you. You are the only one who can stop yourself. Sometimes life puts us into wars we never signed up for. Encounters that come as unexpected, unseen, and most definitely unplanned. These are the times that push your boundaries. Will you be made or broken by this pain? Not everything in life is simple. As a matter of fact, some of the people listening to this today are going through the hardest time in their lives. There will be times when things are hard for us. There will be periods of extreme suffering. It's going to make you want to crumble. There will be moments when you want to just die. And the query is, what will you do when those times arise? The remainder of your life will be determined by this decision. You won't be able to envision a way out of this suffering. However, if you can maintain hope that this difficulty you're enduring will pass, you can find a way through it. It might not look like it right now, but you can get through it. You might not have the solution figured out yet, but you can get through it. You might not see any light at the end of the tunnel at this moment, but you can get through it. You underestimate your level of toughness. You are capable of more than you realize. Consider all of the misery you have already experienced. You overcome each and every one of the difficulties you encountered. You have arrived at this very moment, and you won't be destroyed by what's in front of you. You have what it takes to go through it, even if it might hurt, be agonizing, and put you to the test more than anything else has. And I want you to keep telling yourself that it's all worth it even if you're going through all that hell. It is worthwhile to fight for. It is credible. It's worthwhile to encourage yourself and have a positive self-talk. It is worth the effort, because when you get to the other side, there's going to be so much more for you. And because you went through it, there will be a better version of yourself that you had no idea existed. The person you developed during this struggle to protect your family and yourself. Family for your dear ones, for your aspirations are bigger than you may ever know. These misfortunes and hardships are what strengthen you. You get stronger every time you persevere in the face of suffering or rejection. Furthermore, it has nothing to do with your surroundings. It has to do with what's going on within. It's not necessary to be terrified just because you're afraid. You don't have to be disheartened just because you're feeling that way. It's not necessary for dread to possess you just because you experience it. Your spoken word is a narrative that you are releasing into the cosmos. I won't be able to make it. I give up. It's too difficult. Business will never recover. We have too many folks lost. I'm too guilty of my faults. I'm not good enough. I have no one to help me. I've made far too many mistakes. I have no idea what you're saying, but if it sounds anything like that, it's killing you. Furthermore, you keep declaring it as you keep saying those things. If that turns out to be the case in your life, don't be shocked. You have to make sure that whenever you feel those negative instincts, you have to consciously catch yourself thinking that and replace it in your mind with a positive thought. You begin to defend yourself against your thoughts. No, I'm able to make it. No, I'm still not done. This is something I can manage. I'm capable of this, and I will prevail in the end. World's greatest. They comprehend. They continue despite obstacles. Plus, the more challenging, the better, considering that the reward will be even more delicious. The struggles you encounter are omens of the joys to come. Opposition indicates that you are creating something valuable. Individuals do not confront individuals who are not advancing society. You're worn out. Your brain is telling you to give up, but you are unable to. It's too late for you. You've made too much investment to give up now. Don't let the pain break you. Let it rest. Your pain is not permanent. Whatever issue you're currently facing won't last forever. You are stronger than your issues as long as you keep going and advance. They aren't more resilient than you. You are able to overcome them. You have to know within yourself if you have job loss, divorce, relapse from addiction, failure following failure following failure, and disappointment following disappointment following disappointment. You have to have a profound inner awareness of who you really are. You have to realize that you have won. You were born to win. It is your right to win. It is your right to have your dream. You don't get these ideas unless you also have the capacity to make it happen. You need to remember, this is not the first time you cried. It's not the first time you've had breathing difficulties. You haven't always been able to see a clear path. You were harmed before. This is not the first time. Your heart wasn't broken the first time it was. Your financial situation hasn't been dire before. This diagnosis is hardly the first one to emerge from behind. And you have to say to the world and to yourself, I'm going to survive to tell the story. This will also pass, and I'll stick around. I will not give up. Inside each and every one of my problems lies a blessing. Just keep coming back. No matter what happens, no matter how dark it gets, no matter what you lose along the way, just keep showing up. If you have nothing else to offer, simply return. Simply turning up is half the battle, and I'm telling you to persevere right now. Don't give in, I'm telling you right now. Make it through it, and I can assure you that there will be a prize on the other side if you can persevere and work through your suffering. Thus, champions, charge on and have faith. Have faith in your ability to succeed and observe how the universe works to bring your aspirations to pass.